Hello everyone, this is the Afro Avenger here with another album review, and today's album is Midwest Farmer's Daughter by Margo Price. It was released March 25th of this year, 2016. Some chart information: it peaked number 189 on the US Billboard 200, number 10 on the US Billboard Top Country Albums, and number 11 on the US Billboard Independent Albums. It was released under the label Third Man, and its singles were Hurtin' on the Bottle and Hands of Time. So without further ado, let's get this started. So, this happens to be the debut album of country singer Margo Price, so this is a really rare opportunity for me to review a debut LP the year it came out. Anyways, I have to say I was quite impressed with this record, especially for being a debut album. I don't know a whole lot about country music, but I can't deny that this album was really something. The title itself was an immediate like for me, referring to a line from the Beach Boys' song, California Girls. Now, obviously, this is a country album, so a lot of the musical themes revolve around the styles of country, some indie folk, and gives off this signature country twang. Fortunately, this album is more of a throwback to classic country. The indie style is very prevalent, not conforming to modern radio country pop, so it gives you a much more sincere feeling than a lot of country records today. The album contains your typical country instruments: guitar, bass, piano, drums, steel lap guitar, and strings, but also contains the organ, something you don't hear as much in modern country music anymore, so that was cool. Speaking on the strings, instead of simply having them do basic chord progressions, there's actually a good bit of playfulness in them, almost giving some tracks, such as the opener Hands of Time, a Baroque pop nuance. Other tracks like the following track, About to Find Out, I believe contain some elements of blues. The music just puts you in the mindset of being at a southern bar, watching a live band performing, and everybody having a good time, and that's something really cool about this album. It's not a bunch of sad songs, though there are some sad songs. It's a country album after all. A lot of it is meant to make you feel like having a good time. It's good, wholesome, classic country music in this era, something quite uncommon, unfortunately. We have to talk about Margo's singing as well. She has that typical country twang you'd expect from most country artists, but it's always changing, going from a sweet southern belle type of dialect every now and then, but switching to a more aggressive, fun-loving style. I think her vocals were great on here, nothing super unique in terms of singing, but she certainly did her job on this record. Now, in terms of diversity, there really is none. This album doesn't exactly delve into anything other than its base genre, which is country. So if you're expecting anything other than straight classic country, you might be disappointed. Nearly all of the tracks use the same exact instruments and contain the same style. That doesn't necessarily make it samey, but it's really only good if you want a straight country album with little to no musical deviation. This album is autobiographical, as many albums happen to be, so much of this album is just talking about Margo's upbringing, like on the first track, and various life experiences leading her up to this very album. Some tracks like About to Find Out deal with some of the personality traits Margo has. This particular track talks about how Margo is awaiting the moment when someone gets their comeuppance for being way too overconfident. As silly as that might seem, she's just giving us a taste of the kind of person that she is, even if it means showing us that she's the kind of person who wants bad things to happen to other people. And there are people like this, so it's not really that uncommon. Many tracks on here just mention simple country life, enjoying living out in the country, being around people who share the same sentiments, and exactly what it's like to just be out there. Growing up on a farm in Illinois, Margo certainly has a badge of authenticity. Tennessee is a good example. Now, the key word was mentioned because many times in this album, various aspects of country life are indeed mentioned, but more often than not, that's not the main point of the song. A majority of the tracks actually kind of deal with the negative aspects of country life or living in Nashville, which is where I would assume she now resides since she talks about it a lot on this album. A track like How the Mighty Have Fallen deals with how a man who told her that she was holding him back left her. However, after some time of being on his own, he is now crawling on his knees begging to be with her again, and she is reveling in every single bit of it. Now, there are tracks like The Hidden World's Greatest Loser, where Margo is lamenting over how much she has lost in her life, and how if she lost the person she loves the most, she'd lose everything. The final track, Desperate and Depressed, as you might be able to tell, ends on a bit of a sad note. This song is basically a list of personal grievances that Margo has regarding being an up-and-coming music star, telling us about some of the less glamorous parts in terms of being a famous artist. The music certainly suits it well and adds to the dramatic atmosphere that she builds. Overall, this is a great country record. Again, nothing super unique, but the music is great, the lyrics are fine, and I would say that this album is one heck of a solid record. As I said already, if you're expecting a blend of a bunch of different genres, or just mixing styles to the base genre, which is country of course, you might be disappointed. There are certainly some hints of blues, indie folk, and a little R&B, but country just rules this record. However, if you want something that's pretty much purely classic country music, you'll probably enjoy this record a whole lot. I definitely recommend, and I hope Margo Price will continue to put out records in the future. Anyways, that does it for this another album review. If you liked, please hit that like button. Also subscribe if you want to see more. And if there's a song or an album that you want to see reviewed on this channel, please leave a comment down below or check out my Facebook or my Twitter. The links are in the description. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. So long.